Welcome to Moto Smartphones channel. We will use a recently released Motorola phone for under $300. It's always a good idea to have the latest handset as it comes with new features and the latest version of Android, and you're more likely to get an update shortly. Top Best Motorola Phones. Under $300 in 2025. Finding a Motorola phone under $300 isn't easy. It's a very affordable price. We have picked some excellent phones that will give you the best value. Motorola phones are starting to become a great value option. Some offer large displays, stylish designs, large batteries, and acceptable performance. Now, let's check your opportunities and see which options suit you. 1. Moto G Stylus, 2023, with digital pen. If you want to use the stylus function entirely but have a limited budget of under $300, the Moto G Stylus 2023 is worth a look. It includes a stylus that can be hidden inside the phone when not in use. However, unlike Samsung's high-end phones, the Moto G Stylus 2023 is affordable. The Moto G Stylus 2023 lets you draw, take notes, and navigate the UI. This is very convenient when tapping small buttons on the screen. There is now a quadruple camera system with a 50-megapixel standard shooter, an 8-megapixel ultra-wide camera, and a 2-megapixel macro lens. It also has a 6.5-inch HD plus 90 Hz display, Android 13, and 128 gigabytes expandable storage. With the MediaTek Helio G85 processor, there's also a 5,000 milliamp-hour battery that can easily last a full day. Unfortunately, there's no NFC, wireless charging, or official IP water or dust resistance. 6.5 inches larger HD plus display built-in stylus for drawing and note-taking, 5,000 milliamp-hour long-lasting battery, latest Android 13 operating system, 2 Moto G, 5G 2023, best 5G phone. The first thing you notice about the Moto G 5G 2023 is how it feels in your hand. Despite its plastic build, this budget phone is a solid piece of technology with a translucent matte finish and a completely flat design. The internals are also interesting, as the Snapdragon 480 Plus processor performs just as well as some flagships when handling basic tasks, especially when paired with a smooth 120 Hz display. It also comes with Android 13 out of the box and is guaranteed software updates for 3 years. That's a pretty generous amount for a phone priced under $300. Like many Motorola phones, the Moto G 5G 2023 sports the very popular 3.5mm headphone jack, but the stereo speakers here are loud enough. You'll also be happy that the G5G has a massive 5,000 milliamp-hour battery, decent cameras, and Motorola's famous gesture controls, making it one of the best Motorola phones for under $300. 6.5 inches of HD plus vivid display Snapdragon 480 plus processor RAM of 4 gigabytes with 128 gigabytes. Expandable storage. 5,000 milliamp-hour battery, with 15-watt wired charging, with Android 13 operating system. 3. Moto G Stylus budget stylus phone. Those looking for a phone for less than $300 won't disappoint with the Moto G Stylus. The next best thing is to use the Moto G Stylus with the digital pen. This device is great for handwritten notes on the go, but it's also pretty good overall. The screen is also significant at 6.8 inches and offers a 1080p resolution. Specs include a Snapdragon 678 and 4 gigabytes of RAM, giving you enough power to do your daily tasks. Sadly, the battery isn't quite as big as the Moto G Power, but with a capacity of 4,000 milliamp hours, it can handle the battery itself. The camera system isn't surprising, but it has 4 sensors, which gives it a lot of versatility. If you're looking for the best phone for under $300, you can't ignore the Motorola Moto G Stylus, especially if you are looking for more features. 4. Moto G Power, with the largest battery life. The Moto G Power lineup has been leading the market in terms of battery life for several years. The Moto G Power promises up to 3 days of battery life on a single charge. Other manufacturers have recently released low-cost phones with large batteries, but the Moto G Power is another attractive phone. The display is also relatively large at 6.6 inches, but it should be resolved with a 720p resolution. The Snapdragon 662 and 4 GB of RAM make it a fast device for most everyday tasks. The Moto G Power started to age when it launched in early 2021, but it's still one of the best Motorola phones under $300 in 2025. 5. Moto G Play 2021 up to 3 days battery. If you want to return to the basics and save a lot of cash, the Motorola Moto G Play is one of the best phones for under $300. It's a pretty sleek-looking device with attractive colors. Frankly, the specs are overwhelming, but it's also one of the cheapest handsets on this list. With a 6.5 Max Vision HD ultra-widescreen display, users will have a Snapdragon 460 chipset and 3 GB of RAM. This isn't meant for home use, but performs reasonably well for the average user. Everything else is pretty basic, but it comes with a 5,000 mAh battery, which is one of the essential highlights of the device. It should last quite a while on a single charge. 6. Motorola Moto G7 with Alexa hands-free. Less than $300, the Moto G7 is a mid-range phone, but it certainly doesn't look like that. The Moto G7 has 12 and 5 megapixel sensors and dual cameras with high-resolution zoom. It also has a large, virtually borderless, Full HD plus 6.2-inch screen, which matches the design gaining popularity on most high-end smartphones in 2025. However, it doesn't offer NFC, so don't rely on your smartphone to pay at checkout using Google Pay instead of a credit or debit card. 7. Moto One Power, the powerful phone. Motorola One Power phone has all the features everyone wants to see on a smartphone. Whether we're talking about camera pixels or RAM with storage, this phone has it all. Currently, this is Motorola's highest-rated and most positively reviewed mobile. People like it not only because of its high performance, but also because of its bicolor skin color, overall design, and lightweight. Its overall size is 5.9 inches and has a 1080 by 2246 pixel display. It supports a Qualcomm Snapdragon 625 processor with 4 GB of RAM and 64 GB. This phone has a dual SIM option that supports 3G and 4G. Comparing this phone to previous Motorola phones, you can see it has the largest display ever. The first Motorola phone to incorporate a notch design. 8. Motorola Moto G6 is the cheapest phone in 2025. Are you looking for something cheap but exclusive? Consider buying a Moto G6. The display is small, but has HD front and rear cameras. Motorola offers a mobile set with 32 GB of internal storage and 2 GB of RAM for a low price. This phone supports memory cards up to 256 GB. This is an excellent gift from Moto to customers who can't afford an expensive phone on a limited budget. This stock Android has all the specs commonly found in inexpensive phones, with the fingerprint reader, dual rear camera, and excellent display. The phone comes with a default Android version of Android 8.0. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe to our channel.